Do you feel strong, independent, and then at the same time also feel a little bit lonely too? Well, this is the right podcast for you.
Welcome to our new episode of Soul Where They Love. I'm Dr. Lise and this is Dr. Andrea. And today the topic is for all my strong and independent people out there who may be feeling a little lonely sometimes. And before we go deep, if you're one of those people and you're in the right place, hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and join our community because we're talking about real love, real healing every single week. In this episode, we explore when independence becomes isolation. Because there's a difference between being independent and actually being walled off. So let's talk about it. We were just talking about that before. Like you and I, we both have had like the story of, I don't need anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, for me, I became so good at being alone. I spent so much time alone that I realized that it was so much easier to be alone than to put myself in a relationship where I would actually have to learn about myself, about love and all these things. And then that's when I decided, you know what? I want to experience love because love is the thing that makes us the happiest. And I didn't want to be so comfy being alone all the time that I wouldn't let someone in my life. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I've told myself that story a million times. I don't need anyone. It's not necessary. I'm good on my own. And I think maybe in the beginning, you say it out of protection for sure, because you want to make sure that you can be on your own and that you don't really need anyone. So it's almost like you're convincing yourself that you're good on your own. But I think it's part of also like admitting to yourself, like once you get into a good place, admitting that it is a desire that you do want, right? Admitting that you do want to be with someone and taking that risk, taking that chance to move ahead and let someone in.
Yeah, that's something I want to talk about is that this is a visual for what it takes to be successful in life. This is the yin and this is the yang. So the yin is the female principle of listening to your heart. And your heart wants you to know two things. The first thing your heart wants you to know is you're worthy of love. The second thing it wants for you is to admit your dreams and aspirations. And admitting, and why is it that we don't admit what we really want? Because what if I admit it and then I can't get it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the one thing is 100% sure. If you don't admit it, you can't get it. And by actually admitting that you want, it's like, I'm going to admit I want to go and climb Kilimanjaro. Well, you're going to get there, you're going to train, you're going to save some money, like all of the things, and then you're going to get there. But if you never admit that you want to climb Kilimanjaro, you'll never have that thing happen for you. So admitting your dreams and aspirations is important, and then it's about organizing your time to give your heart what it wants. It's not rocket science. It's actually not luck that's going to help you get what you want. It's you first starting to know you're worthy of love, doing the work to know that you're worthy of love. And the second thing is admitting what you want in all the different areas of your life, including relationships.
You got it.
So some people feel that if you make yourself vulnerable by opening to somebody, it's actually a sign of weakness. Because now, if you're really strong, you don't need anybody.
Yeah.
But actually, I believe that often it's just a way of protecting from something that actually is the most beautiful thing in the world. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's all those times, if you're protecting yourself, it's all those times that it didn't work out and you're just assuming that maybe it might happen in the same way and you want to prevent yourself from getting hurt. And so, it's bad being without the thing that you desire, but it's worse going through the pain. And so that's why people go into the isolation and don't want to put themselves out there.
You might have seen it also when you are around someone who opens themselves up. It's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't see it as a weakness. We actually see it as a strength. And when you practice letting somebody in and opening yourself up, you actually become stronger because of it. You don't And you inspire other people, especially if you've been closed up for a long time and they've seen you after, being alone, and then they see you opening up and they see you taking a chance. They go, wow, maybe I can do that.
I think that's also confidence. I've seen that in different people, including in myself. When your confidence goes up, then you're able to open your heart because you actually do value yourself and you do think yourself as worthy to have all that.
And so doing that is actually a sign of strength. Mm-hmm. So we can pause here for 1 second. And if you find this helpful so far, please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button, because it literally takes 2 seconds and it really, really helps us keep making the content like this. All right, so let's get back to it. Mm-hmm. About the difference between dependence, interdependence, the sweet spot between needy and isolated. What do you think that is?
It goes back to what we just chatted about. I think it's the first step is just being aware of what is it that you really, really desire, and are you in a place where you feel like it's coming from a place of trust and your place of wholeness, or are you coming from a place of lack? And that's why you need that. Because then you wouldn't be interdependent. You'd be dependent on the other person to come and save you.
And that's when we get scared.
Right.
When we're dependent on somebody, we get scared of losing them. That's why people get really afraid, because instead of loving the person, which is wanting the best for them while respecting their needs, now they don't want to enter any relationship because they remember when they've been needy in the past and when the person left. Because when you're needy, the energy, again, if you use the yin and the yang, when you want too much, it's too much, energetically speaking, the other person has no choice but to go away.
Right.
That's why interdependence is healthy. Again, if this circle represents you and your partner is the other circle, the idea is that to have a connection, but you don't want to put the two circles on top of each other, because if you put two circles on top of each other, one of them disappears. And this always leads to a breakup. So the only way you're going to be able to sustain a consciously loving relationship is by having interdependence. Have you ever seen this where the person is so needy, they're almost freaking out, at the idea of winning without the other person, and then that anxiety is palpable. Mm-hmm. And what you're doing is you're actually sending a subconscious message to the other person that I'm not a good catch for you. I so need you that I'm not a good catch for you. Mm-hmm. And it's the same idea also is if you just have a good friend, would you ever expect your good friend to be able to, or to have to drop everything for you?
Mm-hmm. No.
If you just have a friend, you would never do that to your friend. I expect them to drop everything for you. But when you have a relationship, we think they should drop everything just for me. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I think that when you're not in your heart and you're low in self-worth, you would be expecting something like this. You're oh no, well, I'm in a relationship with you. I'm expecting you to be like this.
But that's not love.
That's not love. Yeah.
That's dependence. That's actually reaching for something that doesn't exist. That's only going to lead to a heartbreak on your part and their part, and all the drama that comes when you have someone who's not happy in a relationship. Because if you have two happy people inside of a relationship, and they share bond together, they can live happily ever after. Even though you're gonna have highs and lows, for sure. But if your essence is to work through things and find solution, you're gonna be happy. If one person is happy and the other one is miserable, it creates a lot of drama. The other person feeling they have to, give up on themselves to take care of the other, blah, blah, blah. It's intense and it's not fair. And for sure, two miserable people together will never, ever be happy ever after. So if this episode resonated with you and you're ready to soften those walls without losing yourself, our Love is Safe Starter Kit is the perfect place for you to start. It's only $7. It's life-changing. It works. And the link is below. And beautiful soul, if you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them. And the interdependence and dependence is something that's totally different than love. Let's help each other find balance. Remember, love is safe. And if it's not safe, it's not love. See you next week. Bye for now.